What's up, herd? We're back with a market update video. This is Wednesday, September 18th, and it is FOMC day, so let's get on into the charts, guys. We've got some volatility all over the charts today. We are down 1.5% on Bitcoin, 2% on Ethereum, 1% on BNB, 2.3% on Solana, and 1.8% on Trunk. Let's get on into the details of each. Now, let me first get into a little bit of information on the FOMC meeting. First of all, we're going to go to FedWatch, which is on CMEgroup.com. The market is currently calling or projecting a 61% chance of a 50 basis point move down in the interest rates versus a 39% chance of a 25 basis point move in the current target rate of the federal interest rate. So I do think I'm personally rooting for a 25% basis cut, as I'll show you why in a second, based on a really awesome meme that we got from the calculator guy, or Steven, on X. And let's get on into that. Actually, this is quite funny. So this is Schrodinger's rate cut explained. So if we get a 25 basis point cut, that signals economic strength, unlikelihood of recession, and market confidence. This is bullish. However, if we get a 25 basis cut, capital sticks to treasuries and bonds. We don't see a flush of capital move into equities, and we come in under expectations. This is bearish. If we get a 50% or a 50 basis point cut, that signals the start of an aggressive easing. The opportunity cost of not being in the market increases, and the risk-free rate capital flows from bonds into equities as leverage becomes much more affordable. This is clearly bullish. However, if we get a 50% or 50 basis point cut, that signals moderate levels of economic desperation and a potential looming recession. Many institutional players will de-risk or adjust in anticipation. This is clearly bearish. And if we get a 75 basis point cut, guys, which is not in the cards as far as the CME group goes, but it is in the cards as far as some of the Congress that is urging Mr. Powell to do today. Mortgages become more affordable, refinancing booms, the housing market gets a second wind despite already inflated prices, leverage skyrockets, and overall liquidity for the dollar increases internationally. This is incredibly bullish. However, if we get a 75 basis point cut, we're clearly at the tail end of the everything bubble. Savvy investors made a mad dash to exit everything, realizing extreme actions are being taken because data models are suggesting the worst case scenario is rapidly approaching. Could not be more bearish. So this is the catch-22, or Schrodinger's rate cut hypothesis here. And so looking at the probabilities, I think we're going to get a 50 basis point cut today. Honestly, for me, again, I want to slow easing into this. Would love to see a 25 basis point cut. As you know, inflation is still a little bit high. The jobs market is a little bit weak. And I would like to see a slow, not a crash landing here. And guys, let's look real quick at the highs of the highs here. We just made a third high for the S&P. The NASDAQ not doing as well. It's clearly in a downtrend here. The Dow Jones did make a higher high. And so we're kind of mixed messages across the board in traditional finance. And really the ultra metric here is the S&P 500. So we have a triple top. This is bearish in my opinion. We're seeing trend exhaustion high, though we are seeing money flow pretty heavily into this market. And thankfully, we do have these metrics on traditional finance as well. Not all stocks have these metrics from Trade Confident, but we do get them on the major matrices. Whale money flow is coming into the NDX or the NASDAQ, as well as we don't get it on the Dow Jones, but the Dow Jones created a higher high yesterday and is coming down currently, but we'll see what happens. Let's get into Bitcoin. Bitcoin, again, down just over 1.5% today. And we did see a higher high in this current weekly trend here. But I do think if we come below this line here, if we drop below 57,855, we're going to see lower prices for Bitcoin and probably a lower low for this overall downtrend. You could call this a massive bull flag, guys, for the upcoming bull run, and to extend the bull run, actually, because we did start it way back here in like December of last year. But this is bearish in my opinion if we come below 58,000, right? But whale money flow is flowing in pretty hard and heavy right now. So this could be retail taking profits, or could be some institutions taking profits. But whale money flow in general is up and to the right now. And so I'm expecting higher prices at least before the meeting today, and then we'll see what happens afterwards. Now, getting into Ethereum, guys, we have this similar metrics here. Whale money flow isn't quite as strong, though is coming back up after yesterday. The price has not been quite as strong on ETH. ETH Bitcoin is struggling quite a bit right now. We're coming down to lows that we weren't expecting, honestly. I didn't think we'd get below 0.04, at least for another couple months. So this could be the lows of the lows for the ETH to Bitcoin metric, or we could see ETH just dwindle right now. We'll see what happens. I'm super bullish ETH. As you know, my handle is all things EVM, so I'm a big ETH fan, and I have mostly ETH in my portfolio, so I'm not loving that metric. However, we've seen this before in previous cycles, so I'm not concerned. Getting back into ETH, where do I think ETH is going to go? Well, because of all of the market updates that I do weekly here, we're likely to see 1900 as far as ETH goes. Maybe stop around 2100, but I do think in the next couple of days, maybe even today or later tomorrow, we get a plunge down to 1900. Worst case scenario, guys, we come down 1600, 1500 at the very lowest, though the VPVR here is showing heavy nodes right here at current resistance where we're sitting at, and then the next node is down here around 1675. So I don't see us going below that for this cycle. I think if we do come down lower, the bottom will be around 1500. Possible lows around 1200 as well, as we have seen quite a bit of trading down here as well. So the next node below 1600 is down at 12, but this goes all the way back into 2022, which is unlikely because we've already been there, guys, and we've traded a lot since then. And I do expect these prices to hold up. Let's look at Bitcoin again on the VPVR. Below current prices, we're kind of in this place where there's not a lot of trading going on, so it's likely will come down. I think if the lowest we come down is about $42,000, where there was a lot of trading earlier on in 23. So looking at where we started this bull market back really in October of last year, got all the way up to $43,000. I don't see Bitcoin going below 43,000, especially since institutional money really came in at this in this February mark, and I don't think they're going to want to take losses on their buys here, so they think the bulls will take command if we get down this low. Now, will we get this low? Kind of unlikely, in my opinion, at this point, especially since we're starting to see some lowering of the interest rates, and we should see some capital flow into the markets, especially next month. Every FOMC meeting from here on out through 2025, I believe we should see a rate cut, guys. So if we get a 25 basis point today, we'll get a 25 basis point next month, and so on, unless we see some recession concerns, and then they'll turn it up. But getting into BNB now. BNB holding up super well. If you're a liquidity farmer or yield farmer, guys, this range has been incredible, from 589 down to 499. If you're into liquidity providing and doing some concentrated liquidity, guys, this has been an epic range for BNB to USDC, making all kinds of fees in here, plenty of volume going on, and lots of fees. If you follow me on my other channel, you'll know all about my concentrated liquidity farming. Getting into Sol, guys. Sol is looking like it's going to bounce right now, possibly, unless we downturn further, which if we do, guys, Solana does have a ways to go down here. The next node on this is all the way back down around $100, $104, maybe even $101. So if we wick down further than we did, I think we'll get $100 Sol, which would be incredible to scoop up. I'm waiting for $100 Sol, guys. I don't know about you. If we get under 120, I'm going to start DCAing into Solana. Let's look at Trunk, guys. Trunk sitting above 21 cents right now, right around 22 cents. I don't think we'll see below 19 again, though it's possible. We did have a floor around 17 back in May, so that's a possibility there. We do need that Save.Finance market to reopen, so if you're sitting on USDC, guys, and want to get some yield here, 92% on USDC is incredible, and that would help us unlock this market so that we can start leveraging back into Trunk and grow this, grow the TVL of Trunk in here, grow the price of Trunk, and get this ecosystem heading back in the right direction. Now let's look real quick at GNME. GNME making new highs today, 27 cents currently, up 38% in the last 24 hours. And let's look at the last 3 days here. We have wicked as high as, let's see, 317% on GNME. So congratulations to anybody who is in that trade. Hold on to this, guys. I do think we have some more upwards potential for this. People are starting to see this in Solana and get excited. So anytime you see some major uptrends on anything Solana, it gets noticed. So do be looking out for opportunities here. I do think now is the time to start mining. If you're not mining, if you've just been getting into the price appreciation, maybe take some profits, bring it into Sol, and then start mining this, guys, as there's opportunity to do so. And I'll put my a link in the description to my a referral link for GNME if you want to get on that. I have a full video that I'll post as well, or our link in the description as well, to get into the mining side of that. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more content just like this. Let's see what happens, guys. I'll be back here on Friday morning to give you an overview of what happened over the last couple of days. But until then, make sure to check the links below for GNME, as well as how to buy Trunk on Solana and on the BNB chain. Have a great week, and God bless.